Today we're going to be looking at the different types of pronouns. There are 7. The first one is a personal pronoun, which refers to persons such as he or she. Number 2 is a reflexive pronoun, refers back to the subject. Remember, I told you in order for a sentence to be a sentence, it must have a subject and a predicate. A subject is who or what the sentence is about. The third type is intensive pronouns, and those pronouns emphasize the subject. Number 4, demonstrative pronouns. They point with gesture. The next one is indefinite pronouns. Unsure, some, few. The next one is interrogative, and these are question words such as who. And relative pronouns, and these relate to sentences. So, for example, personal pronouns, you have singular and plural. Singular pronouns such as I, me, my, and mine. Plural, meaning more than one. We, us, our, and ours. And if you notice here, they are broken down into first, second, and third person point of view. Okay? So all of these are examples of pronouns. He, him, his, she, her, hers, it, its. These are personal pronouns. An antecedent. An antecedent is the noun that is being replaced in a sentence. Mary ate all her vegetables. Mary is the antecedent, a noun. A noun is a person, place, or thing in the sentence. Mary is the noun. That's the person who ate all their vegetables. Her is the pronoun. Reflexive pronouns. This is the next type. They, again, refer back or reflect back to the subject. Well, what does that mean? It must refer back to the subject and is necessary for the sentence to make sense. So, examples of reflexive pronouns would be himself, themselves, itself, herself. For example, I saw myself in the mirror. Myself refers right back to I, because myself would be I, right? Kim wrote a note to herself. She wrote it to herself. They served themselves. The subject is they. The reflexive pronoun that refers back to that subject is themselves, okay? Here's a hint. Reflexive pronouns most times end in self or selves. If you take it out of the sentence and it doesn't make sense, you need it. It's reflective. Okay? Intensive pronouns. An intensive pronoun emphasizes the antecedent. Remember, that's the noun, the person, place, or thing, and it is not needed for the sentence to make sense. I, myself, saw him. She, herself, organized the concert. The president himself has denied the rumor. So, here's what I want you to remember. If you take out the underlined pronoun, for example here, the sentence still makes sense. And again, it ends in self or selves. So if I were to take out himself, the president has denied the rumor. That sentence still makes sense. So that would be the intensive pronoun. Okay? A demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative pronouns point out a specific person, place, thing, or idea. I hate this, whatever this is, right? Did Megan give you that? She wants these. Will you be using those? So these are all examples of demonstrative pronouns. Again, this, that, and these and those. They all point out a specific person, place, thing, or maybe an idea. Okay, so the pronoun is what is underlined. Okay. Indefinite pronouns refer to a person, place, thing, or an idea that may or may not be specifically named, such as some like it hot, none wants it cold, all are happy, all are equal, but some are more equal. So these are some common indefinite pronouns here. Some, all, none. Okay. Next is interrogative pronouns. And these pronouns ask questions. Who, whose, what, whose, who, and whom. So they basically introduce a question. What is the answer to the last question? Whose book is this? What's bugging you? Who are you? Whom did you send to the store? Whom should I give this to? So these are what we call interrogative pronouns. If you think all the way back to when you were learning about the types of sentences, there are interrogative sentences. And those sentences begin with these types of pronouns. Who, what, when, where, why. Okay? They pose questions. Relative pronouns. Relative pronouns relate to a word that comes before the antecedent. Remember, the antecedent is the noun in the sentence, and it joins it to a dependent clause. And we talked about independent and dependent clauses before. That dependent clause is a part of the sentence that cannot stand by itself. Okay? She is a woman. She runs for mayor. Okay? She is the woman who runs for mayor. So this would be the relative pronoun, right? It joins the antecedent to the dependent clause. If I just said runs for mayor, that can't stand alone. You're still wondering something. It's like, what? Runs for mayor? Makes you wonder. It's dependent on something else. That's the dependent clause part. And so the relative pronoun will be joining the antecedent, with the dependent clause piece. So let's look at another one. You saw the house, okay? It is historical landmark. The house that's the relative pronoun. You saw is a historical landmark, okay? Those are relative pronouns. They join the antecedent to a dependent clause.